these large companies all started off with a huge struggle. I'm not sure that any of them can quite compare to ours, but close. Very tough struggles. Maybe that's the price you have to pay to do something big. I don't know. But we paid the price. I believe we deserve the reward of what we've designed now. And what we've designed is brilliant. And the reason I call it brilliant is for two reasons. One is because every single person, 100% of the people who signed this NDA and looked at the secret sauce have said so. Second is because I'm saying so. I designed it, and it literally takes
by huge, I mean billion-dollar unmet need, and uses it to satisfy another huge, and by huge, I mean billion-dollar unmet need. Without this new concept in advertising, we wouldn't be able to have games with world record prizes and short routes to success. Without people playing games on our site, we wouldn't have any advertisers. Why would they come? Despite the fact that we have the best concept in advertising ever, they still wouldn't come. It's traffic that matters. In fact, that was proven when they sold that company for $1 billion that had no monetization, no advertising, no income of any kind, just enough people, enough traffic to warrant $1 billion sale price. Traffic's what matters most. And that's how we're going to get it. We're going to apply our concept from advertising to the gaming world. We're starting off with the casino-style games because of two reasons. One, they're very popular. In fact, the most popular games played on the planet, and for good reason. People like excitement in their life, and this brings them excitement. The second reason we're starting off with casino-style games is because, unlike all the other games, there's a lot of restrictions that go along with casino-style games. So the demand is literally much higher than the supply, especially in the U.S. So for that particular reason, we're going to start with casino-style games, but we can apply our monetization to any type of game. Dual games like chess or checkers or backgammon, role-playing games, role-playing games like League of Legends or World of Warcraft, sports-type games like Tiger Woods Golf, card games like Hearts and Spades. Anything we want to, we can turn it into one of the most exciting versions of that particular game, which is what we're going to do, by the way. We'll be adding new games all the time. Now, there's two separate entities involved in this conversation. One is the Stellar Association. The other is Yiggiy. Yiggiy is the company that has the two intellectual concepts, that has the free games that people can play, that utilizes this new concept in advertising. The association has a deal with Yiggiy, and the deal gives the Stellar Association 10% of the profits from 7 different uses of their intellectual concepts, 7 different ventures. The 7 different ventures are blackjack, poker, baccarat, the sports book, a game called the Life-Changing Challenge, which is a really cool bonus game, the most exciting shopping game you'll ever hear about called Steal the Deal, and a very cool fundraising mall where all our sponsors and advertisers have things for sale, and where we reward our game winners with prizes that send them shopping from our sponsors and advertisers. We use our prize money to recycle into guaranteed sales for our sponsors. Do that in 2 ways. One is if you win a spin on the wheel of prizes, we're going to take 35% of our prize money and purchase goods and services from our sponsors and put them as prizes on our wheel. So when you win one of those prizes, you're literally generating a guaranteed sale, full retail price from our sponsors. We're paying for it. The second way is we're going to give you a gift card to go shopping in our mall. When you do that, since only our sponsors and advertisers have things for sale in this mall, 100% of that goes towards guaranteed sales for our sponsors. When this was designed, it had balance in mind. I wanted to create balance between the 4 groups that were involved. The 4 groups that are involved in this project are one charities, and the way they win, and win big, is they have a chance now to receive funding without interfering with any other fundraising program they're doing. In fact, not only do we not take money out of their donors' pockets, we put money in their donors' pockets, making it actually more likely for them to donate to the charity, on top of raising money for that charity, and a lot of it. It's not a little bit of money we're talking about. It's considerable, more than they're usually getting from people who are donating. Take those people and have them play free games, and now you're actually making more money. Pretty cool. Plus, they still donate because it didn't any money come out of their pocket. Money went in their pocket. So charities win big. They receive funding without having to rely on the charities of others. Doesn't interfere with what they're doing. Pretty cool. Advertisers, probably the biggest winner. We found a way to provide what's called consistent repetitive messaging, which is what the Fortune 500 company advertisers care about almost most. Consistent repetitive messaging means that they need their message in front of their demographic audience over and over and over. They believe the sale point for their goods and services doesn't even start until somewhere between the fifth and seventh impression. People need to see your commercials at least 5 to 7 times before you can start to see sales occurring. If they can't get that, then they're looking elsewhere, and they can't get that on the internet. That's what we're bringing to fuel these casino-style games to start with, this type of advertising. So we're not only providing them consistent, repetitive messaging, but we're also providing it better than TV has it, which is the only other place that can find it right now. Better in 2 big ways. Our version is a carbon copy of TV advertising, except instead of 4-minute-long commercial breaks like we're used to when we watch TV, our commercial breaks are 90 seconds or less. Instead of having a mixture of funny and stupid and boring commercials, all of ours are entertaining. We're going to require all our sponsors give us entertaining ads. We want to bore our customers. And instead of the commercial ending and then left with you with nothing, at the end of our commercials, you're going to be asked a trivia question. And if you get the trivia question right, we're going to reward you and give you extra chips to add to your chip stack if you're playing poker. We're going to give you an advantage in the game if you just pay attention to the commercial. The last thing that's different between us and TV is our commercial breaks are limited to just a qualifying game. Our tournaments are ad-free. You don't have to be interrupted by commercial playing in our tournaments. You just have to qualify to get in them. Qualifying is free, but it's during the qualifying game that you're going to be exposed to these commercial breaks and these trivia questions, and that's what's going to pay for this. All the prizes, for all the charity money, and for all of our affiliate programs. We have an amazing affiliate program, referral program. If you refer someone to play free games, now this hasn't started yet, but it will be our referral program when we release it. When we release our referral program, everyone that you refer, if you refer them now, they count. Everyone that you refer who's playing when we release our referral program, when they win, you win. How cool is that? They get to spin the wheel of prizes, you get to spin the wheel of prizes. They win a trip to Vegas to play in our finale, you win a trip to Vegas to watch them play in our finale. They get to take a guess, you get to take a guess. They win $1 million, you win $1 million. How cool is that? So you're going to want to invite as many people as you know and can to come play free games, because everyone that you invite to come play free games are now playing for you. And so far, we calculated the average prizes between $40 and $50 a month for those who play on a regular basis. That means if you were to refer 100 people who played regularly, that's $4,000 to $5,000 a month you're going to make in cash and prizes every month. What a program that referral program is. Same for our charity program, too. Same amount of money. It's all matching. We divide our prizes into 3 parts, one for the player, one for the charity, one for the sponsor. So you play free games, you win cash and prizes, you win cash for your charity, you win cash and prizes for your sponsor, the person who referred you to play Yiggiy. The money comes from our new concept in advertising. It's strictly geared to the Fortune 500 companies. It's premium advertising. We paid attention to everything they care about. We literally have the most paid attention to, best demographic. We have PAM, a back-end software that's worth at least $500,000 that will allow us to do any number of things, all kinds of things, including filter your company's perfect demographic. If you advertise with us and you sell products only to women aged 24 to 50 who live in New York City and make at least $100,000 a year, then only women aged 24 to 50 who live in New York City and make at least $100,000 a year will see your ad. No one can come close to that. Look what we can do. That's just a touch of the value of what PAM can offer our advertisers, which is why we're so much more effective and valuable than any other advertising on the market yet. Pretty cool. Now, the Stellar Association receives 10% of those 7 different ventures every month, goes into the Stellar Association pool. We divide the total money into that pool by 4,000, and you'll get that much money times the number of positions you own. You can own more than one position. The cost to own a position is only $120. And If you refer someone who gets a position, you get a referral bonus, $18. If anyone you referred other people who buy positions, you get $12 per position, not per person. So if you find someone who buys 7 positions, then you would literally make enough money to have your own position for free and have $6 left over. Get paid to get a position in the Stellar Association just by referring them. Now, here's the bad news. We're recording this call, and you can have access to a copy of it. We have a copy of a recording on our website, www.thstellarassociation.com. It's right below the Read More button. If you'll scroll down, you'll see a red or maroon Read More button. Click on that. That opens up a PDF that will show you what you can make having a position in the Stellar Association. Now, it depends entirely upon how many people are playing and how often they play. So we broke it down. If this many people are playing, this is what you make. If that many people playing, that's what you make. And you can calculate your earnings based on level of participation, we call it. That's on the middle page of that PDF. Right below that PDF is a copy of the recording. This Saturday at 3 p.m., we're going to close this opportunity for good. That's because we're here. We've gotten through all the hardships that we've had to go through. And trust me, I don't know of any other company who's gone through the hardships that we've gone through. We've had our money stolen. We've had our concept stolen. We've had our company stolen. We've had setbacks you wouldn't even imagine before. And yet, no matter what happened to us, we never once considered quitting or giving up on this brilliant concept. And we finally are about to make it. You can play right now. In fact, tonight, in a little over half an hour, we have a free $100 pre-roll. So you can play tonight for $100. In the very near future, we're going to have a really big tournament, bigger than the Poker versus Blackjack Showdown. As we grow in level of participation, our tournaments will get bigger and bigger, which is pretty cool. And we're global. We're going to go all over the world. I don't know if you know this or not, but of the 3 games we've already developed, poker, blackjack, and baccarat, I'll bet you most of you would put them in the wrong order. In fact, if I didn't know what I know now, I would probably say the order would be poker, blackjack, baccarat. And yet it's exactly the opposite. The most popular card game on the planet is baccarat by a long shot. That's because it is by far the most popular game in Asia. The Asians love this particular game. There's 2 ways they play it. One is called pattern, where they, by the way, baccarat is a simple game to play. It's as simple as betting on a coin toss. But instead of naming it heads and tails, they named your 2 choices banker and player. Could have named it anything, but they named it banker and player specifically for a reason. They wanted people to have a taste of what it felt like to be the house. And if you bet on banker, you get that feeling. Now, the reason they win money when you bet on the house, even though the house has an edge, banker has an edge. The reason that the house actually still wins money, even though you're betting on banker who has an edge over player, is because they take a 5% commission when you win. That 5% commission is more than the edge that you have by a little bit, not by much. In fact, even that with that 5% commission, baccarat is one of the lowest odds, house edge odds of any game there is. So that's pretty cool. But it's as simple as betting on a coin flip, and you can bet on either side. So pattern players like to predict, okay, it's going to be banker this time, okay, it's going to be player this time, and go back and forth. You could literally have a winning bet every single time if you knew which was going to win before it did. And for some reason, the Asians have patterns in their head they think repeat itself, so they're looking for those, and they think they can predict what's going to happen next. And then, of course, the other way that they play this game that makes them so popular is a money management system. Because banker wins more often than player, it is the one game where money management systems could actually work. So that's two of the reasons I believe that baccarat is so hugely popular in Asia. Now, the reason blackjack's more popular than poker, it's not online, but it is offline. In fact, if you walk into any casino that has both poker and blackjack and count the number of poker players and count the number of blackjack players, it'll be skewed heavily in favor of the blackjack player. Count the number of poker tables versus the number of blackjack tables. Again, many more blackjack tables than poker players. The reason it's not quite so popular online is because there's never been quite the tournament that matches what poker's done until now. We're going to do just that. We're going to have blackjack tournaments that equal what people have been playing in with poker tournaments. We believe blackjack's going to be end up being more popular online even than poker once we do that. And then, of course, poker, we all know how popular poker is. In fact, the U.S.'s poker version of Black Friday, which happened in April 2011, I think it was, there was between 40 and 50 million Americans playing online poker for real money when that day occurred. And now the supply is dried up. The demand is still there. The demand is very high. It's just there's no supply. Here we come with the best version of poker ever. Free to play, higher rewards than ever, shorter routes to success than ever. In other words, even against a pay site, you're more likely to win with us than at the pay site, and when you win more, plus we're free. How cool are we? So we're going to be able to have what we believe is traffic the Fortune 500 companies are looking for. We get the traffic the Fortune 500 companies are looking for. We've got the advertising concept. We've got the most paid attention to, best demographic, most effective, best tracked ads of the market. Consistent, repetitive messaging better than TV, and guaranteed cherry-on-top sales. Pretty cool concept we have for advertisers. All right, so charities come out ahead. Advertisers come out ahead. Players come out ahead because they get to play for free with short routes to success and very high prizes. And then equity owners come out ahead. When you look at that PDF, you'll see just how much ahead we're talking. Now, some games make more than others. And our ultimate goal is to have at least 40 million people playing in every single one of these 7 different ventures that Yiggiy and the Stellar Association have an agreement with. When that happens, one position that you paid $120 for in the association will return to you more than $1.5 million a year. That's how big this concept is. Now, getting 40 million people to play in all 7 of our different ventures sounds insurmountable. But let's break it down a bit, because that's how you solve any problem that's too big. Break it down. In our particular case, our design calls for us to have 4 magnets. 4 of our 7 ventures are actually magnets. They're designed to attract a whole lot of traffic. And once we have that traffic here, now we're able to have them participate in the money-making ventures of them. Now, before I go any further, let me just say, these 4 magnets make a lot of money. A lot of money. Huge. If that's all we had, we'd get rich. No doubt whatsoever. Just not like the money we're going to make with these others added to it. Now, we can skip the life-changing challenge. It's just a bonus game that we use that enhances all the other 6 ventures and doesn't really make that much money. We only need literally to have 40 million in 6 of them. We don't need any in the life-changing challenge. But if we get 40 million in each of the 4 magnets, that will automatically translate into 40 million people participating in our mall, shopping in our mall, if nothing other than just spending their gift cards if they wanted to go shopping there. And it'll automatically put people playing in our exciting shopping game called Steal the Deal. So we really only need to attract 40 million into 4 different ventures, the 4 being blackjack, poker, baccarat, and the upcoming valuable, very valuable sports book, free sports book. It'll include fantasy sports. You can wager on, have live action on any sporting event in the world. It'll have handicapping contests, March Madness, Survivor contest, anything you can think of in a sports book, we're going to have available in our sports book. The differences between our sports book and any other sports book is, 1, we're free. 2, you're more likely to win with them. 3, when you do win, you're going to win more. How cool is that sports book going to be? Those are our 4 magnets. Now, in order to get 40 million daily participants, daily plays, that's what I'm calling it, daily plays. There's a difference between a play and a player. So let me describe that difference first. A player is a person that plays our game. A play is a game that they play. Right now, the average player is playing 3.6 games per day that they participate. If they show up in a day to play, they're going to average 3.6 games that they played in that day, which means we don't need a million players to get a million plays. We would literally need about 278,000 players to get a million plays if we stay at the rate of 3.6 plays per participant. So when you look at those returns in the back office, that's plays, not players. You don't need that many players. When we get 40 million daily plays in each of our 7 different ventures, then one position in the association is worth $1.5 million. We only need to have those in those 4 ventures. In order to get them in those 4 ventures, we're going to do 2 things. One is we're going to be on the Super Bowl, the largest sporting event in the U.S. Every single internet company who's ever done a Super Bowl commercial, with one exception, crashed. Now, they knew they were going to do a Super Bowl commercial. They knew they were going to get massive amounts of traffic from it. And they prepared for that, still crashed. The only one that didn't was Monster.com, and that was because Monster.com thought they went way overboard in buying these massive servers. They were barely adequate. They didn't crash, but they were barely adequate when they thought they were way overboard. So we think being on the Super Bowl is going to get us there, if we can get there. Now, in order to get on the Super Bowl, we have a contest that we've designed. It's called the Super Bowl Design Contest. It's a way that we can have a higher level of entertaining commercial than our competitors. Any competitor that wants to come out of the woodwork and compete with us, we have some things that are going to make it very difficult for them to do so. And one of those things is our Super Bowl Design Contest. It was in place so that we could have that higher level of quality commercial. We wanted the same quality of commercial that you find when you watch the Super Bowl. And we think the Super Bowl Design Contest is going to get us that. But it doesn't just do that. It also generates an income sufficient enough for us to put the winning ad designer on the actual Super Bowl, which means every one of our clients now have a shot at a free Super Bowl commercial. Nobody else is offering that, just us. Plus, we have enough money to buy our own Super Bowl commercial and be on the Super Bowl ourselves as well. And we have 6 to 7 figures left over every time we do a cycle of this contest. It was based on a philosophy that my grandfather taught me that I just love. Can't get enough of it. He said, if you can find a way to make a profit solving a problem, that problem will stay solved. I used that when I created the Super Bowl Design Contest. The problem was how to compete with all the other competitors that come out of the woodwork when they see what we've developed. And the solution was to have a Super Bowl quality commercial to be our commercials, just like the Super Bowl has. And the solution to get that is this contest. It's a very simple contest. We contacted a lot of universities who offer design as major, advertising design as a major, and we asked them if they'd be interested in this. And every single one of them had the exact same response. Can we be exclusive? We love this. No, thanks for trying, though. So, but we do know we're going to get a lot of people coming in to participate in this contest. And that it's easy. They come to the site, see a list of sponsors we've signed up that are looking for a Super Bowl commercial. They get out their Word document. They come up with a bright idea that will be effective in helping generate sales for them and be entertaining at the same time. When they do that, they submit it. First thing happens is we go through all the commercials, pick out the ones that we will not air for whatever it's worth, whether it's because it's not entertaining enough, or it's immoral, or it's illegal, or any other reason we have. We take the rest of them and we give them to the client. Let them go through those and pick out the one they like best. That's the one we're going to turn into a Super Bowl commercial, a commercial for our contest. And that's the one we're going to air during a play of our qualifying games, too. Pretty cool. Now, the Super Bowl Design Contest, Super Bowl cost of commercials have gone up every single year. And right now, they're past the $4.5 million mark. They're right around $5 million a piece for a 30-second spot. Our contest cycle generates $12 million. $10 million for the 2 commercials, 2 left over. How cool is that? Every single time we do this, when we reach 40 million daily participants in one of our games, we will complete that Super Bowl Design Contest in 32 days, which means approximately every single month we're going to have a new winner. How cool is this going to be? Now, we got to attract all those people to get on the Super Bowl. And in order to do that, we're going to have an awful lot of traction. So we're going to need at least 4 million daily plays going on before we even start the Super Bowl Design Contest. In order to get the 40 million daily plays, we've contacted an investment group and worked out a deal. Once we're at the profit margin and making money, they're going to come in with enough money for marketing to get us from wherever we are to the 4 million mark so we can start our Super Bowl Design Contest. They are also, if we get there by December, they're going to loan us the money that we would have made in the contest so that we can be on the 2019 Super Bowl. And we got to get the 4 million daily plays by December. We haven't even launched. Tough task, tall task. How we plan to do that? Well, the first thing we're going to do is go from where we are right now, which is beta testers. We're in beta testing mode. We have about 1,000 daily plays. Several hundred people play every day, and we have about 1,000 daily plays that play with us each day. That's enough for beta testing, but it's not enough to make a profit. Our profit margin is 100,000 daily plays. When we have 100,000 daily plays, then we're making enough money to cover all our expenses, divide our income into the way we've designed it to be divided, and have a profit showing. Everyone's going to start getting paid at that point. So to get to 100,000 daily plays, we are currently raising funds from investors to market it that way. We're going to do a huge TV ad campaign, six-figure TV ad campaign, a six-figure social media campaign, including Facebook, YouTube, Reddit, Instagram, Twitter. And we're going to do blogs and podcasts. We're going to reach out to some major charities and have them spread this word to their donors. We're going to unleash our affiliate program so the marketers can go out and start bringing in traffic because it's now very lucrative for them to do so. There are 7 different things, in fact, that we're going to do to bring traffic to our website to get to that 100,000. One of which is we're going to spend enough money to make it happen. We're raising those funds from investors right now. So if you know any large investors, we've got a great deal for them. Send them our way. The deal we have for you is $120 for something that's worth so much more than $120. So why are we selling for $120? We're doing this to make a difference in the world. The most important difference we're going to make isn't necessarily raising money for charity. It's getting people like you involved. And when I make you $1 million, I'm going to ask you for a favor. It's a very important favor to me. I think you're going to like it, but it's going to make your community a better place just by doing this one thing that I'm going to ask you to do. So if I turn your $120 into $1 million, I'm going to expect you to owe me a favor. And I'm going to be asking for it too. And it's going to be a very important, but not too expensive favor to do. I watched this show called Secret Millionaire. And in this show, what they would do is take a millionaire and dress them down so they would look normal in a very poor community. They would live in that community, and they would live off of the average amount of money a person in that community live off of, which is usually less than what they tip the waiter at the restaurant they eat at. They got to live off that for a whole week somehow. It freaks them out when they see how do people do that. Then they spend the week going around volunteering in different places and helping out. And at the end of the week, if any of the places they volunteered to struck their fancy, they give them some money. In fact, they're required to give away, I think, $100,000. They could give away more if they wanted to. So at the end of the week, they go back to the places they volunteered and they give them a check. They test up to who they really are. I'm not poor, just a volunteer. I'm actually rich. Here's some money. What struck me is that in every single community that they did this show, most of the people that were doing most of the good to help others were poor themselves. In fact, many times they were helping people they were poorer than. The second thing that struck me was that when they got this check, sometimes they got a check for $30,000, it made them cry. They weren't crying because they saw a brand new car in their future or a bunch of clothes or anything nice for themselves. They were crying because they realized just how much help this could do for others. Those are the people I wanted to help. Those are the people I'm hoping join the association, pay the $120, and benefit from this. I want this to be not only a place that charities can get money, but like I said, I built it to be a win-win. Equity owners win, advertisers win, charities win, and of course, people playing free games win. All the way around, big win, big win, big win, big win. That was my goal when I designed this. It's a huge project that we've been facing all sorts of obstacles, but we've now landed a top Fortune 500 company ad agency. They love our concepts, as everyone does, and as soon as we're ready, they're going to bring on Fortune 500 company advertisers, all the advertisers we want. In order to get ready, there's 3 things left to complete. Once we finish these last 3 things, we're launching. One is raise sufficient marketing money so we can get to the 100,000 daily plays and be making a profit. 2, make sure all of our software is working perfectly. And 3, we've decided to change the brand name, and we are changing our website. When we get all of that done as well, we're ready to launch into our new name and with our new marketing money and take this to the stratospheres. There's several boosters that we have along the way to counter anyone who wants to try to copy what we're doing and compete with us. One of those boosters is that Super Bowl design contest. Another booster is our exciting shopping game called Steal the Deal. It raises more money for charity than any of our projects. It makes more money per participant than any of our projects. And it absolutely creates more sales for our advertisers than any of our other projects, by a lot. So when that particular game comes out, which will be this year, before the year's over, we're going to take the traffic that we've used, our magnets, to bring in and give them tickets to play in that particular game and raise money for charity, raise money for you, make sales for our advertisers. It's the sales for our advertisers that's going to separate us from anyone else trying to copy what we're doing. If our advertisers come and they get a positive ROI, every one of them, which thanks to Steal the Deal, we can do this. Everyone, we can literally guarantee everyone a positive ROI. Then we can just say that you can't advertise with any of our competitors and advertise with us. And they won't advertise with any of our competitors because our competitors can't do that. They can't offer a guaranteed positive ROI. And that's just one of the things that gives us an edge over any wannabe competitor. We know how good this is. We've been told by the former lead developer for the Department of Defense, the head of the marketing department, one of the biggest Fortune 500 companies, the head of a Fortune 500 ad agency, judges, lawyers, all kinds of people, princes, lots of very smart people. One guy had an IQ of 176. We've had everybody you can think of, every type of person you can think of, look at this and say, wow, this is brilliant. Mostly because we literally thought of everything needed. Okay, to join the Stiller Association, all you got to do is send an email to support@yiggiy.com. Yiggiy is spelled the same frontwards as it is backwards. Y-I-G-G-I-Y. Yiggiy, Y-I-G-G-I-Y. Support@yiggiy.com, and Deborah will send you an email with all the options of how to pay and join the association. If you refer enough others, you can join for free. You can also use the money that you're winning playing in our free games. You can use the money that you get from referral. All that money goes into your Yiggiy account, and you can use those funds to purchase a position in the Stellar Association. Any questions? I'm glad to answer any questions at this time.
Hey, Phil, this is Rob in Eugene, Oregon.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing fine and following you, and I'll tell you what, you're really getting...
I'm sorry, I missed that. Really what? I lost you.
Hello.
Oh, got it. All right, well, we get him back. Anyone else have a question? Just, if you have one, just press *6 to unmute yourself if you're on the phone, or click the red mic.
Unmuted.
If you're on the computer. And when you come back...
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, hi. I joined, I believe I did, through, it was like a referral. I hadn't listened to the, so I'm hoping that I'm a member.
Way to verify is just send Deborah an email to support@yiggiy.com. Ask her to verify how many positions you have, and she'll let you know.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Sure. Anyone else with a question? Or did our caller from Eugene make it back?
Hello. Hello.
Hello? Hello?
Hi.
You have a question?
Yes, I have a question. Many of the people that join me right now at the call, they're under the perception that they need to gamble. Many of my people are believers, and they don't believe in gambling. You don't have to gamble in order to be part of this association, right?
I started this as a Christian moment. This is a Christian move to me. I'm a Christian too. I don't believe in gambling either. And I have literally come up with a solution to the world's gambling problem. No, this is not gambling. There's no gambling because it's completely free to play. And the reason I call it the solution to the world's gambling problem is because this is a replacement to gambling that's not gambling, but better in every way. Free to play, world record prizes, very short route to success.
Beautiful.
So we believe we've kept the excitement, which is the reason people do gambling, intact, in fact, enhanced it without having it be gambling by removing the risk involved.
Beautiful. The other question is, I was told that big corporation would likely to join Yiggiy, and how likely is that statement that I heard?
There's one Fortune 500 company. We went directly to their marketing department. They loved it and said, as soon as you're ready, let us know we're in. We also went to a Fortune 500 ad agency who's connected to many Fortune 500 companies. They loved it and said, as soon as you're ready, we're in.
Beautiful. I wanted to tell you that I have over 100,000 followers, and I gotta just tell you and honestly tell you that if there has been any investment that I've ever done, Yiggiy probably was in the top one right now. It's the more lucrative investment I ever put my attention to it, and I want to thank you for the bottom of my heart because you just took you just make that the big statement that you also Christian, and my followers are all believers, most of them, and we believe in the wealth transfer. I want to thank you for the bottom of my heart for saying that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. This is absolutely going to be huge. We paid the price for it to be so.
God bless you. God bless you. And I totally understand what you're going through with all those casinos in Las Vegas and all these attacks, because they know that you got a treasure in your hands.
Right.
Thank you. God bless you.
Anyone else got a question?
This is Christine in Washington. Can you hear me?
Yes, Christine. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine. How do I join the association, or am I able to?
Yes, just send an email to support@yiggiy.com, and Deborah will email you back with all your options of how to join and take care of you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Linda from California.
Hi, Linda. How you doing?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good.
I wanted to find out what the procedure is for getting paid for the referrals. I've had a number of people join the association, and I see them in my back office, and I was just wondering at what point we get the referral fee.
You should go to your back office, click on profile, and click on account. If you do that, you should see your referral money right there.
Okay, and then that can be used to buy another position?
Yes. You can use it to buy a position in the association. You can use it to go shopping in a mall, and if it's at least $100, you can cash out.
Okay, and then just for future knowledge, cashing out then, is that through like PayPal or something?
There's several different options to choose from. PayPal is one of them, and we're going to be adding more and more options all the time. And when we start making money for everyone in the association, you'll have two options. Everyone will be able to cash out once a month. You can have it on auto cash out. You can say, I want to cash out 100% of my money every month at this date and with this method. And on that date, with that method, you'll get your money. If you choose PayPal, it'll come to PayPal. You choose Bankwire, it'll come to Bankwire. Now, there are fees associated with each different one, depending on what the method is. There's a fee, but yeah, that's how it goes.
Okay, great. Thanks for that. And this is a great program, and I look forward to helping many charities.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Any other questions?
Bill, there is a lot of questions in there from Bob in the chat. I don't think he understands how the whole program works.
How which program works?
This.
The whole program?
Yiggiy, Seller Association.
All right, the way the Seller Association works is, I'll make it real simple for you. They receive 10% of the profits from 7 different Yiggiy ventures every month. get it divided by 4,000, and everybody gets paid that much money into their account. The Yiggiy works by having advertisers air commercials during a commercial break during a qualifying game. And there's more than one commercial break. There's 2 commercial breaks per round, 4 to 6 rounds. So there could be 6 to 8 commercial breaks during the qualifying game. And trivia questions that go along with it. Thus, the way we earn the funds to do this. Now, in the past, advertising has been used to play poker and other games. In fact, Cafrino is the trailblazer for this particular business model where you have free games sponsored by advertisers. The difference between us and Cafrino is the same as the difference between a skateboard and the Concorde, calling both of them modes of transportation. Huge difference as far as value goes. And the reason is because of the type of advertising that we're using versus the type of advertising they're using. Fortune 500 companies are willing to pay a lot more for someone's attention than anyone else is. Combine that with what I call bulk advertising. CBS airs 765 broadcast commercials every day. It's those 765 commercials that pay for 24 hours worth of programming on CBS, which is probably at a cost of a number you and I wouldn't even recognize. What is that, a gazillion? A lot of money. I'll give you one example, a show called The Big Bang Theory. It's the most popular comedy in the U.S. The half-hour show, there's 2 4-minute commercial breaks during it, and those 2 4-minute commercial breaks make enough money to pay to film and air The Big Bang Theory. May not seem like a lot of money, but just to give you an example of how much it is, the top 5 actors on that show make $900,000 per episode each. That's $4.5 million an episode just for the top 5 actors. Not to mention all the other things that they have to pay. Bulk advertising creates a tremendous amount of money. I think the only reason no one really noticed it is because the bottom line of CBS is comparable to the bottom line of an internet Fortune 500 company. The reason that's the case is because of the cost of the production. It's huge. So when you subtract that from all that money that was generated from that type of advertising, you get a comparable bottom line. But what happens if you take that type of income and apply it to the freeness of the internet? Now we're able to provide tournaments that are not only free to play, but have huge rewards and very short routes to success. That bulk advertising adds up pretty quickly. Not to mention the fact that we have a premium type advertising, so we get more than internet advertisers are accustomed to for our advertising. In fact, the price is the only thing we're not the best at. There's 5 things advertisers care about. We're the number 1 at 4 of them. The most paid attention to, best demographic, most effective, best tracked ads in the market. The only one of the 5 we're not the best is cost. And there's no reason we would sell this for the least amount of money on the market when we're literally worth the most. We may not get the most in the beginning because we're new, but we're going to get a lot more than a minimum. By the way, I didn't tell you some of the good things about the association. When I designed this, I didn't just design it to meet my needs. I designed it for you too. And I knew the 3 things that mattered to you. One being that it be real, that it actually make money, not promises. I knew that was important. I also knew that it's hard to get residual income. So when you get one, you want it to last. So longevity was important to this. And I also knew that since they're also hard to get, you don't want to get as many as than you have to. So how much it makes, its potential is important. As you've seen, this has huge potential. But the way we solve the problem of longevity is we take 10% of all the money that you make and withhold it. We use that 10% to invest in new ventures just like this one, where we get an income, a royalty fee, just like the one we're getting from Yiggiy. We're going to keep adding new income, new residual incomes without you having to do anything. We're just going to take 10% of the money that we earn and use that to generate that additional income. Doing that does 2 things. One, every single time we add a new venture that makes more money, everyone gets a raise. The second thing it does is allow us to last, because 25 years from now, none of us have any idea what technological advances we're going to be facing, what economic conditions we're going to be in, or anything else. But we do know that we'll be investing in concepts that are conducive to those technological advances in economic conditions. And as long as we're doing that, we should have an income as long as nobody screws us up forever. something that you can hand down to your grandkids, your great-grandkids, your great-great-grandkids, something that everyone's going to know your name from for all your family's history. Pretty cool. So I love the fact that this is also designed to last, not just this one venture. This one venture may last forever because games and competitiveness are around and have been forever. But there's no guarantee that's the case. The fact that we're always adding new projects that make us money, that's brilliant to add to the association, I think. The monthly fee is out of your earnings, not out of your pocket, though. Any other questions? Yes.
So there's a couple questions in there.
Okay.
About do we have monthly dues, and besides the 120, are there any other monthly fees?
Just that 10% I was talking about. There's no other out-of-pocket money besides the 120. All the other money that's going to be used to create additional incomes comes from earnings, not from your pocket. Hello. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I got on the call late, and I wasn't sure if you had mentioned if you were going to open up another 4,000 positions, or are you still going to close out on Saturday?
Nope. This will be the last webinar, and Saturday be the last day.
Okay.
Thank you.
I look forward to helping out. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hello.
Any other questions? Yeah, go ahead.
Hello. I was listening to you about the passing on to your heirs, and I'm wondering if you have any kind of way you can give us in writing a rights of survivorship.
Yeah, we have what's called a beneficiary form. Send an email to support@yiggiy.com and ask Deborah for that beneficiary form, and she'll send it to you. That way, if anything happens to you, then your shares, your positions in the association go to whoever you want.
That sounds great.
A lot of people buy these for others too, and if you want to do that, you can. And some of the people want to wait to give them until they're actually making money. They want to give them before that, so you can do that as well if you'd like. This is an amazing gift. In fact, the way I looked at it was, if you want to give this as a gift, you can say, I wanted to buy you a new car, but I didn't know what your favorite car was, so instead, I got you this so you can buy your own new car dealership.
Hello?
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 Yes, my name is Mikkel Stanley. I've been a user with Yiggiy for about 3 months now. So I have played in the poker versus blackjack tournament. I played in the free rolls, and I've also played in a couple of the other games like Baccarat. I was wondering, the money that we have gained in U.S. currency, I've gained $67. Can I use that towards a membership with the association, or do I have to link my debit or credit card?
Yes, you can use that towards it. You absolutely can, yeah, no problem.
Okay, when will that option be available? And the big tournament that's coming up, is that the $2 million poker tournament?
No, it's not that big yet, but it'll be bigger than the Poker versus Blackjack Showdown. And you can use the funds in your account right now. Just send a Deborah email to support@yiggiy.com, and she'll take care of it for you, no problem.
Okay, the last question that I have is, I just had it and I lost it. Is this an investment? Because I have an application on my phone called Superbank Investment. So every day the investment market opens up from 9 o'clock in the morning to about 6:30 at night, and we get what's known as energy currency. It's some type of Bitcoin, and it's a type of cryptocurrency that they let us use. So I'll invest something like marijuana stocks or Nintendo Entertainment from Japan, but when I look at my returns, there's no returns that come back. What's the difference between an investment, per se, with a bank or a share or a stock compared to investing with Yiggiy?
The association is specifically a royalty deal with Yiggiy.
Enjoy the game.
Royalty income, which is actually a gross amount of money. That income is equivalent to 10% of the profits of those 7 different ventures. It goes into that pool every month, just divided by 4,000.
We'll begin shortly.
That amount of money. The amount of participation level determines that money, and we show you that participation level in your back office. We show you your income daily. In fact, I believe it is daily that you see it.
Place your bets.
Pay it out. You get to keep track of exactly what participation level we're at, what money you're making, and you'll know exactly how much money you're going to get before you even get it.
5, 4, 13,
So
8.
in the next 3 to 5 years, where do you hope to be at with the association?
Bust.
In the end of 2020, and I'm actually going. I got an outside shot at making it by the end of 2019. Let's be a little
Stand.
bit realistic
7.
and call it the end of 2020.
17.
By the end of 2020, I plan to average
Muted.
participants in all 7 of our ventures. And the way I plan to do that is
Place your
a combination
bets.
of 2 things: the Super Bowl commercial that we're going to do, and our presence in India. India is a fascinating country for us because
5,
advertisers in
4,
India pay the same
4,
CPM rate as
14.
advertisers in the U.S. But a $100 prize in India goes a whole lot
Stand.
further than a $100 prize in the U.S. will go. We're going to find it a whole lot easier to get people from
Hit.
India participating in what we're
18.
doing because we're going to be so much more exciting. We're
Stand.
literally going to be able to
14.
pay out twice as much
Bust.
to the Indians. Not twice as much literally. It won't be we pay the Americans $400, we pay the Indians $800. It'll be more like we pay the Americans $400, we pay the Indians $100. But that $100 is actually equivalent to twice as much as the $400 is in the U.S. Is what I'm saying.
Place
We're
your
gonna be able
bets.
to pay out equivalently twice as much, 4 times as many winners. We'll have 4 times
Please
as many
take
winners
action.
in India than we have in the U.S. because of this phenomenon. So, and there's 1.3 plus.
Please take
billion
action
people
now.
in India. So we think we can get 40 million participants. through
Still
a
there?
combination Of being on the
7,
Super Bowl in the
4,
U.S.
4,
and going to
17.
India and promoting it very heavily there.
14.
Well, I don't know if you're a fan of like wrestling,
Stand.
but WWE
8.
when they expanded their WWE
12,
network, over
15.
to,
Bust.
like countries that really don't get wrestling, like India and Egypt, their subscription sales have increased. So is that the same
Place
thing?
your bets.
Their subscription did what?
Their subscription sales increased. Like the value of the WWE network increased. So
10,
reaching over
10,
to countries
10,
that don't have an
15,
opportunity
14.
really to gain. Like if you look at it, the
Stand.
gaming world for esports is now a $250 million business.
Hit.
So I think that
Bust.
if guys involved in like esports
13.
and say online gaming,
21.
that would also be a good thing too. So,
Yes.
but I'm thinking that I'm going to make the investment because I play a lot on Yiggiy, and I mean $120 is not that bad. Especially since I don't have to dig into my bank account, I can actually.
What you do with your tax refund is
from
entirely
the
up to
tournament games
you.
to
Like
say
buying the
that's
pony your
actually,
parents never got you. Or simply
sounds
enjoying
more
hot chocolate in your new
So,
hot tub.
for me,
Another
I need a little bit
filled
more.
with
So
hot
like,
chocolate.
I'm out
File your simple federal return for free.
I got to come back
Ready,
and grind
set,
out a 9 to 5
refund.
job and work to get it back. And that's another thing I'm looking for. That's why I'm interested in investing because I mean I wake up every day and I grind out the 9 to 5 job for a weekly paycheck and doing something that I don't love to do. But thank you for answering my question.
Sure thing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Any other questions?
So there's quite a few in the chat.
Okay.
Really? I just
Can you
saved a
talk
bunch
about
by
the
switching to
lawyer
Geico.
issue?
Just pull the ring. You never know what she'll say next.
Pull
On the,
that string one more
we do an
time.
update every
Right there,
Saturday
yeah.
at 3 p.m. with all of the
Geico,
people who are
15
involved
minutes
in
could
this
save you
project.
15% or
And in the
more on
last
car
update,
insurance.
I talked about an issue we were having with Bailey's Capital. We're going to raise it to the customer.
Okay, so you listen to the whole call. I didn't pay attention to this, but anyway, the issue is that this company is awesome. If you don't want to play, gamble,
Sunstate Motorcycles, Queensland's motorcycle superstore.
All the accessories you'll ever want and all the parts you'll ever need. We get a massive range of new and used motorbikes and
advertisements. It will force you to pay for advertisement. Pay attention. And then after the advertisement pay, just like I'm showing you right now, you need to answer correctly. Or if you don't, then you don't get currency. You don't get chip for free. So I'm just gonna go like this, and I won without even paying attention. I've been lucky. As you can see, I'm winning to the other guy. If I win, I qualify for a level. If I get to win all the games, I get free money, $100 for free. If you're interested in this investment, you don't have to play if you don't want to. Like I said, I'm just showing you what it's like to be on online gambling. And I'm going to leave my link underneath this video. Okay? So, like I said, this is the last chance, and Saturday will be the last time they do it. I'm going to stand right here. I want to thank you for your attention. And once again, email me at benyintelrb@gmail.com if you'd like to be invested in this company, which I can tell you right now is making a lot of money to a lot of people for free. All right? God bless you. God keep you. And I'll see you later on.